Let's see, no updates this week, so jump right into the work items. So we still have a bunch of stuff in 12.4. No, 12.4 closed on Friday, I think. I'll run through them real quick. I noticed that this work is done and actually out on .com. Can we close it, Camille? Or is there going to be work carrying forward on this one?
I think that we should be able to close it. There's like the trickiness about whether, because it's working on the staging, so technically it kind of got validated.
Yep. Yeah, and if anything comes up, it'll probably be a new issue to address a bug or something with it. Same with moving Ruby health check to a different listener. It's being tested right now in staging, I believe. If I remember
I'm actually closing these issues right now because we don't really have an easy way to test them ourselves. I know they were cross-checked by DJ, that is part of the distribution team, before managing some omnibus changes. So I'm kind of closing these issues right now. Okay. And if there are gonna be some follow-ups, we're gonna then kind of discuss that with Jarv.
Okay. On the follow-up refactor readiness and liveness, there was no assignee on that. Oh, there is now. Is that one done, or does that need to be carried forward to 12.5?
It is also finished.
Oh, all right, even better.
So like everything that is part of the Puma story for 12.4, it got finished. I'm actually now closing this.
Okay, so all of these will close.
Where is this link? Group memory. Okay, only this follow-up, but I would put this follow-up only in the backlog for now, because there is no immediate action. We need to figure out a way to upstream the changes that we introduced. And this was something that was created when we were merging, something to resolve later.
Okay. I moved it to the backlog, and now get rid of 12.4. Cool. All right. On to 12.5. So for 12.5, Puma should be our top priority. There's really no work for us to do right now. The changes that Camille worked on are being tested in various environments. But if anything comes up, we'll have to pull some folks off to address any issues that pop up. Camille has largely been working on Puma alone. I know Alexi was helping him a bit, but Alexi's out of town right now. So if any issues or any bugs, anything needs to be addressed to support Puma work, then I'll find some folks to stop what they're doing and help Camille out. Any questions on that?
So I think that we should close this one. I mean, not close. We have to resolve this one, and I don't think that we should delay doing that. There are like two items, which is one is enabled for Omnibus, and I would say that we should solve them in the bulk by us. And basically, this should conclude all development work that we have to do for Puma. It's not blocking staging testing, but this is something that would basically allow us to close development on Puma for now.
So you're talking about these last three items on the infrastructure epic?
I'm actually talking about the third one, because defaults for Puma, I am kind of expecting that it's gonna be figured out once we deploy on staging, then production, and it's gonna be figured out with the quality team what should be our defaults. And it's kind of something that we're gonna be helping out, but there is no really like any development work there.
Mhm.
Only then changing some predefined values.
And we have good default value guidance from Grant in his testing that he did, right? And it's in a different issue. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I commented on it Friday, and Grant said he's happy to provide more information if what I commented wasn't enough.
So I would say that our default that we have now, which is like 800 megabytes per single worker, seems to be like the right one. So I would rather look at something that would say us that this is that number. I don't see it yet, but we're gonna have more info when we start running that on the production. If this is the right number or not right number. So far, it seems that this is the right number.
Right.
That is part of our defaults.
Okay. So we can finalize that through testing. So what you're recommending right now is we assign this one.
Yes. So this is actually like it's joint issue with another issue.
Yeah,
it's like
these two, right?
Right, and omnibus, and basically both of them can be solved by single person. And this actually, I would be quite confident that it would allow us to close Puma Dev for quite some time.
Okay. Any volunteers want to pick this one up? Don't everybody jump at once.
I don't know if it's easy or not, but if nobody wants to try, I can try to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all have like still tickets assigned. Why don't we just throw it in the backlog, assign a priority, and whoever gets to it first picks it up?
Well, so the two issues that are top of mind right now, excuse me, are this one to measure per process, sidekick worker concurrency, and then Puma.
That's almost done. I'm
Okay.
currently like I'm fixing RuboCop 1x and stuff, but yeah, I hope the pipeline will pass, and I'll let Camille have another look, and then I think it should be good to go.
All right, I'll assign it to you and Chinyu, and you two can pair up again.
Okay, sounds good.
And then Nicola, if you want to follow along.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a lot of work, right, Camille? I mean,
It's like 2-line change in two places. So basically, like two much equals of 2-line changes. Basically, this is what we are looking for.
Cool.
I actually commented on this one. The intent is like to configure like the database connection pool to be like what is configured multiplied by number of threads in the Puma when you run on the Puma. This is what we do for the side key master. Like we set the database pool to be equal to an amount of threads, pretty much. So we are looking for the same pretty much behavior here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds good. So Craig, so this would be, because Chinyu and I were also on these slow endpoint stories, but this has higher priority, right? Because this is basically just a leftover of something that should already be live. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right,
get
cool.
this done first.
Sounds good.
Thank you. So, and I will add those in. So yeah, next in line would be the non-performant API endpoints, and as you mentioned, most. Okay, I think that's it for current work for 12.5, unless there are any questions. Nope. All right, cool. I made an issue, noted it here. I think I may have even put a note in our team channel, but it's OKR time. We're wrapping up Q3 here shortly. We're on track for everything. We've more than hit our hiring goals. The developer throughput's going well. Puma, we're close. We're now almost there, but not quite done on that OKR. So for Q4, need to think of some. One topic that has come up is dog fooding, and I put a note on that on the issue in our board. I saw that Matthias put something out there. I haven't read through it yet. I just saw the notification this morning. So
yeah, I'm not sure like if that's high priority or not. Probably not. I just saw like people mention it, like bring it up. I think Stan brought it up again as well, and I had just like used it out of curiosity how it works. So I thought this whole like have a nice profiling UI and reports, in the web UI itself would be something that's kind of easy to dog food, and I think it's like something that's like obviously useful if it works well, but it's just an idea.
No, I like it. I was trying to think about how to generalize it more, right? We don't want to have a single feature be an OKR. That doesn't make sense, doesn't align. So some way to raise the awareness of what the memory team's doing, what our goals are, and provide tools, I think is a great OKR. And as you pointed out when you wrote up your thinking on the memory team charter, getting more towards proactive tooling and development, I think is a great idea, and we can keep iterating on it till we come up with a good idea for the OKR.
Yeah, totally. Because like I was just thinking, if we are not using it ourselves currently, that's probably not a great sign, because that probably means that others aren't using it either.
Yeah.
So yeah, thinking this direction of building tooling to help others, detect issues in their code. That could be an overarching thing.
So I am really curious about like these profiling and optimization tasks, because this would actually show you what kind of tooling you need to debug that. And I think that this is actually like the most important right now to go through to understand better about like the approaches to do performance optimization of some endpoints. What you use, how you use that, what would be useful for others to perform the same analysis. And maybe our OKR, and this is some extra idea, would be do like the deep dive, showing how you did optimize that for the company as a kind of like presentation that you do. Just go through like one endpoint, what you look for, how you did optimize that.
Yeah, it's a really good point, because I mean, I think this also is like a nice learning opportunity for us. I mean, especially the people who are new on the team, especially Nikolai and myself, to actually like really get deeper into this sort of tooling, and actually building something that others can use. That's kind of almost like killing two birds with one stone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes in line with the issue that Alexi created for knowledge sharing too. I think I like it. This is a great idea. We can keep refining it over the next couple weeks. So, and I don't have any other ideas yet. I'll add some more to that as I come up, and feel free to add your own as well. All right, we have gotten through the agenda. Are there any other? Oh, are there any release post items? Probably Puma once we roll it out. We should mark that. Oh, nothing urgent at the moment. Although, do you think the new endpoint you created, Camille, is worth putting in a blog post for community folks?
I mean, it's definitely worth putting. I just wonder when would be the right time to do it. Likely pretty much now, maybe.
I'm not sure when they do the blog post. It usually aligns with the milestone. I'm not sure if they've shipped it already. So I can ping Joshua and Larissa and see.
But like there is no really like a lot of documentation for the site exporter and web exporter. So you would have to like build the documentation, and maybe we're gonna better idea is like to publish that next month, because I assume that we're gonna have to do a lot of communication related to Puma, and this like gets well into bigger picture. And maybe like in the next milestone, we say like Puma It's like for beta testing for the users. This is how you use it. Maybe this is what we aim for. And here is the documentation to use that. Because like I assume that we should be running on the Canary, like within this month, this milestone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Any other topics? No. All right.
I have a quick question. There was, or there is a section in the beginning. Oh, I got signed out. Okay, I don't know why. Just there's this table at the top about people being out. Is that something, I mean, should we put our name down when we are not there for a memory team meeting, or is that just a general who's out kind of thing?
This is specific to memory team. So yeah, your time off in there if you're taking any, because yeah, we're quickly approaching the holiday season here, right, for everybody. Right. So I expect there's going to be a high volume of PTO, which is great.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
And Matthias, you noted this morning that PTO Ninja wasn't syncing immediately with Bamboo. I'm not sure if there's
I don't think it has. Yeah.
Mine's all up to date, but it's been
okay.
probably 2 months since I've taken time off. But looking back, it seems to be accurate. I don't know about for other folks.
All right. Can you see my requests? Because mine, like I can't see any of the requests, not even the one that I filed for October 3rd, like right after I joined. And it's like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now.
I don't know. I'll go take a look.
Yeah, I don't know. We can check it offline. I'll figure it out. I mean, otherwise I'll just edit manually in Bamboo.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And especially thank you, Chinyu, for staying up so late and joining us. Great to have you here, although I know it's late. Definitely. And you're probably very tired.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Chinyu.
All right. See y'all later.
Cool. Have a good night and day, everyone.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.